wandering parson. Just thought I'd come out for a little while and see if I couldn't get some time out in the bush. It's very pretty. I'm in a pine grove at the moment, and who could ask for more? It's beautiful. Unfortunately, I can still hear the pounding of somebody's music at the parking lot. Hopefully I can get far enough into the woods where I don't have to worry about that. I'll turn you back on in a minute. I'm beginning to think that Sunday afternoon is not the best time to do this. The park is full of people, and you can hear dogs barking. I'll keep heading up the trail a little ways and see if I can't find a spot off the beaten path and set up some camp, have some lunch, relax a little bit, and hey guys, we'll go from there. I was walking along the trail here and noticed just below this this pine you can see owl pellets. So at some time here recently there was an owl perched up in the tree and decided to leave behind the junk he didn't want. Very cool. Also, another thing that I found as I'm walking through the woods, about a click away from the parking lot, pallets. Just goes to show you that no matter where you go or what you do, there's always people who bring things out in the middle of the woods and leave them here. Well, I think I'm pretty close to where I'm going to stop. Let me get things somewhat set up, and I'll turn you back on. Thanks. Okay. A little something I learned from Big Monkey 1. Hanging your pack on a tree. Excellent idea. Obviously not the right spot for that. Either that or I need a bigger tree. There we go. Now we'll get busy with the more important task of putting up the shelter. Not gonna work. Set it over here. Got a little clearing to do. Set that over there for firewood. That right there is pretty wet, so that's not going to work well. This looks like a nice enough spot to set up a shelter. We'll run that ridge line and we'll get going. Just a simple taut line hitch, guys. Okay guys, yeah, I'm just going to make some simple 10 stakes, about halfway up. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, just something to hold the tarp down. And really don't need a tarp being in these pines, but it's kind of nice to have a little bit of privacy, you know, especially with all the people that I know who are out here today, with all the cars that are in the lot. It was obvious that there was a pretty good amount, so that'll at least maybe even help with some of the noise. I don't know. There's one. This end's a little wet, so I'll put the point on this end. And of course you don't want to go too deep, because then you wind up getting past the center point and it weakens your stakes. Number 2. Not too bad. Maybe I'll put another hook in the center to hold that up a little higher. I like these S-hooks. They work pretty well. There we go. All right, that looks pretty good. Now what I need to do, of course, is gather some firewood and get the stove ready, and I'll show you my Sterno / wood stove. See you in a minute. Okay guys, Sterno folding stove, but I have made some modifications to it. Let me put it together real quick and I'll show you what I've done. And these are always fun to put together too. You can see on the inside, cut the notches off. I've done like a 1-minute video on how to go about doing this. Then I've taken a 9x9 pie pan from Dollar General, cut it out, drilled holes in it. That way I can use it for wood, I can use it for Sterno, I can use it for my alcohol stove. Today we're going to use it for wood. This is a new one that I've recently put together. So this will be its maiden voyage. We'll see how it does. I have the utmost confidence that it will do well. Let me get the fire prepped and I'll bring you back. Sorry guys, you'll never believe what I did. Forgot to push the button. So, that being the case, I guess next time I'll have to show you how I use my flint and steel. I actually can do it, believe it or not. use my plate. That worked well. There we go. That plate was $1 at the dollar store. It's just a pie pan, but it's very lightweight, works extremely well, and it didn't cost me a fortune. Always looking for ways to get stuff on the inexpensive. I don't say cheap because, well, cheap sometimes can have an annotation of low quality. I don't think that's the case. I think oftentimes we think that because we don't pay much for something, that it's low quality. But that's not always the case. Alright guys, when the sausage gets to the point where it's about ready, I'll put in the onions and peppers. I'll show you how I do that and we'll go from there. There we go guys. Italian sausage with onions and peppers. Let the fire die down a little bit and then stick that in with a little bit of butter, because this sausage doesn't produce a whole lot of fat. Let that cook for just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and cover it up again, just so that the peppers and onions get soft. And we'll eat. Be right back. Okay guys, lunch is ready, and I'm going to heat up some water to have a cup of coffee, and we'll have a nice little lunch here on a Sunday afternoon. Guys, hope you don't mind if I go ahead and eat a little. Just remember guys, when you're out on a hike, don't think that you have to eat badly. The onions, the sausage, the peppers. It's all really good. All made from my Sterno stove, converted into a wood stove. You don't have to go expensive. And the great thing about it is, if it eventually wears out, you've only spent $6. $7 with the modification. And you could probably buy at least 5 of those before it would meet the same cost of the $50 version. So bear that in mind when you decide to buy one. Got a long way to go before you before it winds up costing you a lot of money. So with that, I'm going to finish eating and I'll turn you back on in a minute. Okay guys, as you can see, struck camp. Still have to take the bag down and get it on my back, but gonna go ahead and head back. Had a good time out here. It's nice and quiet. Thanks for coming along, and I hope to see you on the next one. You guys take care, and I'll see you on the trailhead. This is Hollandman, the Wandering Parson. Blessings to you. Take care.